Hello, welcome everybody to the stream. Hopefully there is no encoder overload. Hopefully we have not lost all of our subscribers, and hopefully people are still tuning in. Welcome to tonight's live stream where I'm going to be reviewing subscriber or non-subscriber trophy lists. If you want to get featured in the video, all you need to do is join the Discord, which is in the live chat in the description. It is pretty much everywhere on the channel. So if you want a chance for your trophy list to be reviewed, do join the Discord, if I can type it in the chat, and come over, say hello in the Discord, and also join in the conversation in the Discord, because we are pretty cool people, I would say. I don't know what it was that didn't work with my streaming software. I'm trying to put the best quality out for streams, and for some bizarre reason the quality always seems to be sacrificed a little bit. But yeah, hopefully we are up and running now. Chat, let me know if I'm lagging at all or any of those horrible things. I shouldn't be lagging anymore. I hope not anyway. And I should be able to say hello to everybody in the chat now once we start filtering in, because I'm conscious that people probably clicked on a previous link and it didn't work. Welcome in, Tim. How's it going? Welcome. You're thinking getting the platinum Battlefield? You're thinking getting the platinum in Battlefield 5. I wish you the best of luck with that one. Battlefield 5 is one of the easier ones to an extent. You do need to boost a little bit, because one of the trophies can be a little bit difficult, but apart from that it is all good. Welcome in, Volt, as well. How you doing, buddy? Welcome. Yeah, for some reason I changed my replay buffer, because essentially the problem that I had, chat, was I ran out of memory on my computer. For some reason it was saving really large files when I was clipping streams, like for the past couple of weeks. So it took up like 400 gigabytes. So I've deleted everything, and that's why my replay buffer wasn't working when I was trying to stream last night. So I deleted everything, made space, so the replay buffer should now work. But by doing so, I also changed one of the settings to maybe make it a little bit better, just so the clips look good. But I don't know, at least it's not lagging now, thankfully. Welcome in as well, Castromo. How's it going, bro? Luke, how's it going? Hello. Soraya, welcome in. Nice to see you. You joined the Discord as well. I saw your original comment, dude, and I have posted that on the waiting list over in the Discord as well. You don't know why, but your PS4 power won't turn on, and you had solar panels replaced yesterday. I don't know why your PS power may not be working. Potentially it could be your power cable that's broken. Maybe the plug socket, or unfortunately maybe your PlayStation could just be broken, unfortunately. Hopefully you get it fixed though. Yeah, I'm doing all good, Volt. Had the panic averted, and now we're able to stream. Flashy, what's up, dude? Welcome into the stream. Right, let's get into this, shall we, chat? So on today's live stream, we are going to be going through two profiles today. So we've got Male-24SA, and we have also got Reaper Veteran 86. Both of these, I'm going to say gentlemen. I do apologize, I'm just assuming the gender there. These two people actually are both from Germany. So we've got German guests on today. Welcome in, Unknown Prophecy. How's it going? Again, if you are either of these two accounts, I'm just going to say Male and or Reaper. Any of you guys or girls or people in the chat, do feel free to claim your trophy list if it is yours, and then we can give you some W's in the chat once we're finished. But without further ado, because I'm pretty sure we're a little bit late now, and I've also waffled for some time, let's get into the video. Utter suspense. Also as well, everyone, if you're watching, do not forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, like the video, and yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all the housekeeping. Let's get into this then. Male is sounds so weird saying male, like you've got mail. 284 is their level. They have got 32 platinum trophies, and they've got pretty high completion rate of 82%. So the first game that we have up tonight is Alien Isolation, and wowee, what a banger of a game Alien Isolation is. Did a video recently on the channel just to coincide a little bit with I can hear my chair. It needs to be oiled. I'm so sorry, chat. I need to get a new chair. Any chair sponsors, please just send me a chair. I'd appreciate it. Yeah, so I actually posted a video on the channel recently about Alien Isolation and whether you think you should get the Platinum Trophy. What a fantastic game it is. It's a really, really low percentage, as we can see there, with a 6.2 completion rate for the Platinum. It's rated a 4 out of 10, surprisingly, and is only 25 hours. So it does look easy on paper, but it is a lot harder when you do get into it. Of course, you need to complete the game without dying. You can save scum it, but if you are playing it, legit, it's probably going to shoot up from a 4 to maybe a 7 or 8, even a 10 out of 10, because the Aliens AI is just so smart. It's unbelievable. But yeah, that is a really good game to start the list off there with Male 24. Banger of a game. And only took them 1 week to do. They literally did it the 1st of September as well. So probably maybe watched a new Alien Romulus film and then platinumed it. Or they watched my video and then platinumed it. You just need a few more people to boost trophies for BF4 and 5. Yeah, I'm sure there's lots of people in the Discord, myself included, that play. That have Battlefield. So actually, no, I don't think I have it anymore. I think my EA pass ran out, but there's a lot of people in the Discord anyway. Next up, we have got Assassin's Creed 2. I really love this game back on the PS3 days. I tried to play that part of the Ezio collection, and it just didn't hit for me, unfortunately. I think if it's your first time playing an Assassin's Creed game, I think that's a good one to start on. But in terms of story, that's where the Assassin's Creed story really peaked for me, with Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood, and then Revelations was a bit shit. But Assassin's Creed 2 and Brotherhood was like peak storytelling, I thought, with was it like the Apple of Eden or something, like the golden thing, and then like the end of the game of Assassin's Creed 2 just left you on a massive cliffhanger. Like, unbelievable games, but it just shows its age, unfortunately, and does look just a little bit janky in a way, I would say, just in terms of modern gaming. So that's why I actually stopped my playthrough, because I was like, I've got a good memory of this and I don't want to ruin it. Next up, we've got Astro's Playroom. Hopefully we'll start seeing some people with Astro's Bot as well. But as we can see, 100%, so they've done the DLC as well. Again, really fun game. If you've got a PlayStation 5, Astro's Bot is free. And there's no excuse to not play it unless you just don't like it. But it's a super easy platinum. As we can see there, it's a 2 out of 10 and takes 5 hours to complete. So really fun game. If you're on the fence about picking up Astrobot, maybe play Astro's Playroom, and that will give you a bit of a vibe check of whether you enjoy kind of like platformer games. I'm not the biggest platformer fan, but I played Astrobot, and I actually platinumed it last week and had a really, really good time. So I definitely recommend that one. So right, you've got the Alien Isolation Platinum as well. Awesome, part of the club. And you like Odyssey for its setting. Yeah, I think Odyssey, a lot of people complained about Odyssey being too big of a game. And granted, there were a couple of annoying trophies, like, discovering the entire map and things like that. But I thought Odyssey was a good game. I think that I preferred Assassin's Creed Origins. I think that one was probably my favorite of like the kind of revival of Assassin's Creed. But again, like, Valhalla gets slated for how long it is, and like I guess how difficult the platinum has become because it's changed the maximum level up things. But I think that Valhalla is overhated in a way. Next up then, we've got Bloodborne. Again, a game that we don't always see too often, actually. I know that everybody is calling for a remake of Bloodborne, and Sony are remaking every single thing in their library besides Bloodborne. Like, we're getting a remake or remaster of Horizon Zero Dawn. I'm aware that the game probably is about 5 years old now, but it does still feel like it came out yesterday. Like, they've released it so much, it's almost like becoming a banter kind of game like Skyrim, where they've got like 10 editions of it. people are begging for Bloodborne to be, ported over to PS5 properly with, just, I guess, I don't know what they want because I've not played it, but that's what the people want, and it's so surprising that they've still not done it. Maybe it will be, be something in the future. But anyway, that's it took you 50 hours to do prediction, and it's also a 7 out of 10, so fair play on that one there. Next up, we've got Bunny Raiders, and I'm very jealous that you managed to complete this in 2 hours and 49 minutes. I hated this game so much because on paper, it looks like it should be a really, really easy platinum trophy to get, and it is kind of almost shovelware. But there's just one trophy to get kill the bosses, and it is just ridiculously hard to do. The bosses encounters are RNG based, so you don't know when you're going to get one, and they are quite difficult, or they can be difficult if it's your first attempt. So, I mean, fair play on getting it, but I generally hated the game after my playthrough. Next up, we've got Demon Souls as well. 7 out of 10, 40 hours. I can see a bit of a theme here with Souls-like games, which is awesome as well. Never played them because I'm not particularly good at them. So, that's just my stance, but good stuff on that one. It's surprising when you see such difficult games that everyone talks about, and it's got a kind of high percentage. I just find it really funny, but that's just the way it is because people do love the franchise and that kind of game. Next up, we've got Detroit Become Human as well. 3 out of 10, 20 hours. I really liked my time with this one. I really like games where there's a butterfly effect and your choices, have an impact on the rest of the story. Heavy Rain and the Telltale Walking Dead, season 1 really piqued my interest in that style of game. Detroit Become Human, I believe it's the same people that made Heavy Rain. Fantastic game. I really enjoyed it. Multiple playthroughs there. Can be boring if you're just zoned in on going for the platinum, but if you actually enjoy the game and explore the other options, you'll get the platinum eventually and have a blast of a time. You can also see on the cabinet that you also have RE2 and 7 Platinum. You have more of your review mine. Yeah, as I said, mate, it'll be a fairly long time. We've got a really big waiting list, so it'll probably be a good few weeks, even a month. But be patient, dude, and we can review your trophy list in full force when it comes to your time. The remaster of The Last of Us on PS4 after its initial release on PS3, and then they remastered The Last of Us Part 2 and 3.5 years since the initial release. Yeah, I mean, The Last of Us has a lot of remakes and remasters as well, but I mean, that just seems the common trend these days. Next up, we've got Dodge These Balls. It took 4 hours to do. I'm assuming that's something to do with shovelware there, maybe. 73% rarity on that one. Next up, we've got Ghost of Tsushima. Again, fairly popular game, 55 hours, 3 out of 10 completion. Took you 2 weeks to do. Very good platinum to have. I do feel like it's a bit overrated in a way. As much as I enjoyed the game, I feel like the platinum itself was just a little bit long to do, as you can see by the 55 hours. But as a main game, it was a really good game, I thought. Next up, we've got God of War and also God of War Ragnarok, DLC done on Ragnarok as well. Both 4 out of 10s, both going to take you around 40 hours to complete. Again, I played a bit of the first God of War and just didn't really get into it. I'm sure that Ragnarok is probably a lot better because it builds on it, but it's just not really my cup of tea. All of the modern Sony first-party games, I'm just not really a fan of. I think they're quite just meh, which is kind of disappointing in all honesty. Played The Walking Dead Season 1, The New Frontier, Wolf Among Us, Batman from Telltale, Until Dawn, Dark Pictures. Yeah, that's a lot of games that you've played. I've never really played the Dark Picture anthology games. It's a great idea, but I just don't really have the time to sit through a very long kind of story-based sort of thing that you can't skip. Because I like reading something and then skipping it. Next up, we've got Horizon Forbidden West and also Zero Dawn. Again, mentioned earlier, not really the biggest fan of Sony's current games. I tried to play the first one, which I believe is Zero Dawn, and it was just rubbish, I thought. I didn't really get into it. I just thought, maybe I have a bit of Ubisoft fatigue where I'm just it's just the same thing. Climb tower, collect collectible, unlock skill, talk to NPC, do so, like nothing grabbed me in the game. I know some people really love it. I don't know if I'm in the majority, if it's like a 50-50 split of people not liking the Horizon series, but I just couldn't get into it. I reckon the Lego game would, I think there's like a Lego Horizon game coming out, right? I feel like that would be probably better for me to play than the actual the actual main game. And speaking of Lego, we've got Lego Jurassic World up next. Took it 5 months to do, and is sitting at a 23%, and again, a fairly easy one to get there. Always good to see some Lego games on the list. Next up, we've got Life is Strange and also Life is Strange 2. I can't believe the first Life is Strange has 61 trophies. That is actually insane. Again, the fan bases that like Life is Strange, fair play. I feel like maybe if I was a little bit younger, more in my teens, I may have enjoyed it. I did play the something Colors, True Colors, I think it was, and I just thought it was quite laughable, like the storyline. I thought it was quite predictable and like poorly written. I don't know if the earlier games are better, but it just kind of put me off ever wanting to potentially sit through 10 hours of just a boring nothing burger. Next up then, we've got Spider-Man Remastered, Spider-Man 2, and also Miles Morales. Fantastic group of games. I was a little bit disappointed in Spider-Man 2. I feel like Miles Morales is probably the best out of the trilogy, in terms of like, the first one was great, but you always have to improve yourself, and Miles Morales just added those sort of improvements in a way, whereas Spider-Man 2 just didn't really add too much, because obviously if there wasn't a Miles Morales game, then it would have been, great to have a different play style, but we already got it introduced in Miles Morales, so I don't know, I feel like I was just expecting a little bit more when it came to Spider-Man 2. Next up then, we've got Minecraft. I can see a lot of the DLC trophies have been done as well. 127 is insane. Spider-Man 2, what's up, Bomb Shop? I think I said hello, maybe. Hi. Spider-Man 2 was more of the same. They didn't take any risks. Yeah, exactly. I think the biggest risk was maybe playing as Venom for, 10 minutes, which was fantastic to do, and, was interesting and fun, but it just didn't really do much. I feel like their selling point was like, this is the fastest loading game, like the way that you instantly like transition through the fast travel, like making the most of the PlayStation 5's SSD. That was like the entire selling point, and it's like, sick, right? We can load into a map faster. Maybe if it was Skyrim, that would be appreciated, but when like New York is so small and you can actually traverse the map pretty quickly, we don't mind, and I say we collectively, like we don't mind swinging through New York because it's sick. Like we love doing it because it's a Spider-Man game. You don't really want to fast travel like that, and it's like their big selling point was, oh yeah, like we've got seamless fast travel. I'm like, sick. That's cool, but do something a bit more. I don't know what they should have done differently because I'm not the person being paid for the decisions, ultimately. I wouldn't know what to suggest, but I completely agree. They didn't really take any risks with the game, unfortunately, which does suck just a little bit. Anyway, moving on from the little Spider-Man rant, even though I do love the franchise and just love Spider-Man, we've got Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart up next, which is a 2 out of 10 and takes about 10 hours to complete as well. I keep saying that I need to play this, and I will eventually, I promise. There's just so many games on the backlog, and more games keep coming out and then getting added. But I will get to it eventually, chat. I do promise you. Minecraft always be adding new trophies after each content update, just like ESO. I mean, it's good that there's like trophy support in a way, and like they still, add things. I guess it's just very annoying for the completion rate. Ashley Tisdale from High School Musical and Phineas and Ferb acted in the House of Ashes game. I think the most crazy thing about that fact, Soraya, was I never knew that Ashley Tisdale was in Phineas and Ferb. Does she play? I'm assuming she plays Candace, and I'm sure I will recognize it when I watch Phineas and Ferb, but I never knew she did the voice acting in that. She was she not in like Zack and Cody as well? Is that the same blonde lady? Next up then, we've got Resident Evil 2. Resident Evil 3, Resident Evil 6, and also Resident Evil 7. What a great collection of Resident Evil games that have been picked as well. Resident Evil 6 stands out because I thought that would probably be the toughest game, but it turns out that it's not. It's just longer. It turns out Biohazard is actually a longer game. I say longer, a harder game to play, despite it being slightly shorter. Again, Resident Evil 2 and 3, fairly high percentages because they are quite easy. Resident Evil 6 is obviously just a mammoth of a game with so much content. And then Resident Evil 7, again, I've not got the platinum yet. I have done one playthrough and it was kind of difficult, so I can imagine fully getting the platinum will be difficult when I do come to doing that, but great stuff on getting those, and hopefully you add some more to your collection as well. It seems like a lot of Disney actors are doing some voice acting for games, it seems. Right, next up then we have got Rise of the Tomb Raider. And I'm not too sure if that is the first Tomb Raider game or the second or the third. I can appreciate that it's a 5%er, which is insane. I know that some of the Tomb Raider games actually have like online multiplayer trophies, which you may need to boost now. I was speaking to somebody that was sort of playing the multiplayer. So yeah, great stuff on getting that done. Again, in terms of like difficulty of the game itself, like single player, it says it's a 4 out of 10. I don't obviously know. I'm assuming there's probably a lot of collectibles in there. Oh, it's the second game. A name like Rise, you would always think it's the first, but you know, weird flex, but okay. Next up, we've got Rollerdrome, and this is a very interesting title. This is like, is this the game that Sony gave away for free on Plus? It's like a battle royale roller skate game. Fair play on getting the platinum. I didn't realize that people actually played it. I saw it and I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna give this a miss. It was also like there was like an All-Stars game. Was it like Foam All-Stars or something? It was like another battle royale, or there was something to do with there was like another battle royale game that PlayStation gave away for free, and I was like, why have you wasted your time on doing this? Like, this sucks. But I mean, good stuff on getting it. It's definitely an interesting one to have, and hopefully you enjoyed Rollerdrome. Assuming that's the game I'm thinking of, it could actually be a completely different one. Mishrag, what's up? Welcome in. How's it going? Welcome. Hope you're doing good. Next up, we've got Sackboy, A Big Adventure. Nice, 10% of there. 6 out of 10. I know it's quite... I think one of the trophies is quite difficult to get in that one, but good stuff there. We've got Subnautica up next. And again, I think that's a fairly chill game to get. Going by the 3 out of 10 as well. I think it is. I think the lore within Subnautica is pretty cool. I saw a video on it, like dark and deep secrets of games and things like that. Like the story behind it is pretty interesting as well. Next up, we've got Unpacking. Again, fairly chilled out game. If you're looking to kill some time, it may not be for you because it is just unpacking a house, but it is quite a fun game to chill to. I've got the platinum in that myself. Let's see if one of the trophy list manages to inspire you today. I'm sure it will, Mishrak. I'm sure it will. We've had some great games on this list already, and then we've got another list which has a lot of platinums as well. And then we've got Until Dawn. Only took 1 day to get the platinum. I'm surprised the percentage of this is like not higher, because it is a 2 out of 10 and takes 15 hours. I think games like Until Dawn and like the Dark Picture anthologies, they kind of just put players off because while they're not inherently long, you do have to sit through every single thing. And if you are trying to do like multiple playthroughs to get different endings, you don't really want to sit through the same story. Like, if you could skip things, I think that would maybe draw players in a little bit more. I've tried to play Until Dawn, but I just didn't really get on with it. I preferred watching other people play it and like videos about it. You need to get around to playing Subnautica Below Zero. Is that the sequel, I'm assuming, or maybe DLC? You still have Subnautica because they gave it away for free from Play at Home. Oh, right, yeah, that's probably why I've got it as well. Um, that was pretty cool that they did the play at home thing. I mean, no skin off their back really, but it's cool that they actually gave away games sort of when people were staying in as well. It's a nice touch. I think the reason why I didn't really rate it too much was because I had a lot of the games anyway. I guess for people that don't have the games, it was a great deal for. And then to finish off the list, we have got What Remains of Edith Finch. Took you 2 hours to get the platinum in. Recommended at 2 hours. I think you can probably get the platinum in like 30 minutes to an hour. You can get through it really quickly. If you've not played it, chat, I've got a brand new list, like platinum list video coming out maybe Friday or maybe next week. This game is on it. I recommend you go and get the platinum if you've not already. You either love it or hate it, but I think the story behind it is quite an interesting one as well. Next up, we have got Astro's Playroom, which was your first ever platinum 1 year ago. So this is I can tell is a fairly fresh PlayStation account. You've had it a year and your first game and platinum was Astro's Playroom, which is awesome. Your fastest platinum was What Remains of Edith Finch. Your 20th platinum, 10th platinum. Yeah, I said. Oh, and your 10th platinum was What Remains of Edith Finch as well. I went to 20. I was like, where is it? Next up for the 20th platinum was Demon Souls. 30th platinum was Ratchet and Clank, and then your latest platinum was Unpacking. Taking a look there, your rarest trophy from the list, you got some from EA Sports FC24, Minecraft, and then also Rise of the Tomb Raider. In your trophy cabinet, your most proudest trophies is Resident Evil 7, Rise of the Tomb Raider, and also RE2 Remake. Very awesome list there. 32 platinums, as we said, level 284, 42 games played, 27 completed with an 82% completion rate. Chat, let's get some W's in the chat for Male24SA. I like that trophy list. It was like short but sweet. I feel like the quality of games on that list was like really good. You know, you've got Alien Isolation, Assassin's Creed, Bloodborne, Demon Souls. Like you've got a wide range of games. I think what I'd like to see on this list is maybe an Uncharted, because you've got everything I can see pretty much from like Sony. I guess The Last of Us as well. Maybe you're working on them. Who knows? But it'd be cool to see those as well. I just wonder if you've played Uncharted. No, you've not. So got that to enjoy. Right, moving on to the next trophy list then. We have got Reaper Veteran 86. The sword of time will pierce our skins. It doesn't hurt when it begins, but as it works its way on in, the pain grows stronger. Watch it grin. I'd be kind of fucking with that. That's a nice little bit of poetry there. So, level 706 and 420 platinums. Yeah, we can get the, I guess the 420s in the chat. You'd like a list to have the Crypt of the Necromancer game. Maybe eventually somebody that watches the channel and is a fan of Platinum Trophy List reviews will have that game. It's only a matter of time, but then again, I don't think many people have it. Welcome in as well. Kostenko, how's it going? I hope you're doing well. Right. First platinum then that we've got here is square root letter on the Vita and also PS4. Unfortunately, I don't know what that game is. It says it's 1 out of 10 and 15 hours. It seems that you've played it 3 years apart, which is pretty cool, but interesting one to start the list. Unfortunately, not quite sure what that is. 1111 Memories Retold. I think I've googled this one before, but I can't remember. Oh no, it's like the World War 1 or 2 game, right? It's meant to be quite good actually. I think it was on John Callum's list, maybe. Could be wrong on that one, but I think that was last week we saw that one. Next up, we've got 13 Sentinels, Aegis Rim. Not quite sure what that one is. Maybe it's a mech game, just because I saw the word Rim. Then we've got 2 Extreme there. It looks like a skateboarding game. Took 2 days to do and is at almost a 50% completion rate. Nice. You got a nice double stack of 36 Fragments to Midnight. I see a lot of trophy hunters have this game, and it's actually a 3 out of 10, which is quite surprising, seeming as it is a fairly short game to get the platinum in under an hour there. So I wonder what's the tricky thing to make it a free. Then we've got 8 to Glory. I'm not too sure what that is. Is that maybe a cowboy game or something like that, potentially? We've got 88 Heroes up next as well. It's a 10%er, which I'm not entirely sure what the game is. Maybe that's why it's such a low percentage. Next up then, we've got 9 Monkeys of Shaolin. Again, unfortunately, there's a lot of games on this list that I've not actually seen. So chat, if you know what anything is, do scream it down in the comments. We've got a Knight's Quest up next as well, which is a 12%er. Good stuff. Again, unfortunately, I don't know what that is. Maybe it's like a puzzle game. A game that I do know, A Plague Tale Innocence. 43% of people have got it, and it's a 3 out of 10. I do actually need to go back and get the Platinum Trophy for this, because I played it on a whim and just thought, I'll just play it. It's free on Plus. And I actually really enjoyed my time playing it. And I know there's a sequel. Is it called Requiem? I think I've got that the right way round. So I need to play both of those and get the platinums in eventually as well, which will be super fun to get. Next up, we've got Axel World versus Sword Art Online. So it seems like that's some kind of collaboration game. It's a 6%er, which is absolutely insane. It's only a 3 out of 10, but it takes 100 hours to get. So I don't know if that's maybe a multiplayer game, to maybe the reason why, but congratulations on that, because that looks like an unreal grind. Welcome in, Jeffro. How's it going? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Next up, we've got Adam's Venture Origins. Again, nice on that one. A lot of people have that one, and I've seen it on quite a few trophy lists. Next up, we've got Adventure Time. What's that called? Finn and Jake's Investigations. Sounds maybe like a point and click game, not too sure, but good stuff on getting an Adventure Time game. We've got Aya, Memories of the Old. It took you 17 hours to do, 2 hours and a 1 out of 10. So I guess it's a maybe walking sim or just an easy game to get. We've got Area up next, which is a 12%er. Again, some really sort of like heavy hitter games already on the list, and we're only at A. We've got a lot of platinums on this one, which is awesome. So good stuff there. You've got Akiba's Beat here, which is a 9% and a 4 out of 10, which is absolutely crazy. I'm assuming that's like a rhythm synth beat game, potentially. Could be wrong on that one, but I mean, regardless, congratulations on that. We've got Alice Gear Aegis CS. Presuming it's just a fighting game, but good stuff there. You've got Ancora Lost Days. Not quite sure what that bad boy is, but fair play. You've got Anno Muteima. I think I said that right. Again, unfortunately, I've not heard of that game, but it takes you 15 hours to do, so it does take some time to do. You're doing good. You're just working on Ninja Gaiden 2. Awesome. I know that the Ninja Gaiden games are quite difficult, so good luck on that one. Ape Escape. I'm very tempted to go and get this one after playing Astro Bot, just the level. But I feel like I got my fix of Ape Escape by playing Astrobot, so I don't know, maybe I will, maybe I won't. Welcome in, Zero Chill. How's it going? You missed one trophy list already that was pretty good. It had 32 trophies, and it was male-24 trophy list, so you missed quite a good list. But welcome in, Zero Chill. Hope you're doing well. Next up, we've got Apotheon, I think. It's a 5%er, which is insane. And it's only a 3 out of 10 and a 12-hour completion rate. Again, unfortunately, I don't know what that is. I'm assuming it's probably like, you know, beginning of the world kind of vibes. But good stuff on getting such a low percentage. We've had so many of them already. We've got Ark of the Alchemist up next here. Awesome. We've got Slain the Warriors of Legend. I'm assuming that's probably a fighting game or JRPG. But again, it's 5%, which is awesome. You've got Art of the Rally here, which I'm assuming maybe a racing game or a puzzle game, alternatively. That gives me kind of puzzle vibes about like cars and stuff. But now, we're getting into some really good games here that I actually know about. We've got Assassin's Creed Brotherhood 2, Liberation, Origins, and also Rogue. Nice to see Liberation and Rogue there, because those are two that slip under the radar, just because they were made kind of as side games in a way. I was speaking about Assassin's Creed Origins earlier. I think this is probably my favorite Assassin's Creed from the modern kind of reboot era of like having massively open world games. I really liked the setting in Egypt. I thought it was really cool. So much so that I've actually got like the Eye of Horus tattoo like twice, one on my arm and one on my chest as well, because I just think the Eye of Horus is really cool. There's quite some cool meanings behind it. Assassin's Creed 2, again, touched on it earlier. Unfortunately, if I played it back on the PS3, and it's the same with Brotherhood, just didn't want to ruin the memories there. I wonder what makes Brotherhood so much harder than Assassin's Creed 2. It's 55 hours for the platinum and also a 6 out of 10. I'm assuming there's probably some hard sequences that you need to complete everything in. But it's crazy, like it's a 30% completion rate and it's still like very difficult, which is insane. I always thought Brotherhood as being like a DLC game, like when I was a kid. Clearly not. It's obviously got a lot more than I thought, but I thought it was like just, they just added some little stuff in there, tie the story over. But yeah. Next up we've got Assault Gunners. Awesome. Done the DLC for that one as well. You've got Asterix and Obelix XXL2. Fighting game, maybe? I was going to say skiing, but it looks like a fighting game. You've got Astrobahn Police Simulator 2 and also 3. Again, they're obviously police simulators, but they are super low percentages, so nice job on that one. You've got Azur Lane Crosswave here. I feel like I'm just repeating myself when I'm saying I don't know what a game is, but I'm always going to be honest with people. If I don't know a game, I don't know what a game is, unfortunately. But it's cool because it's like educating for me not to know what a game is. We've got Baja Edge of Control here, which is a 1%. I'm guessing that's maybe a racing game, but oh my word, a 1%er is absolutely insane. You've got Beach Buggy Racing up next, which is a 7%er there. And again, another racing game. You've got Bear With Me. It looks super cool with all of that artwork. I think I've seen somebody with that one before. Seems fairly short in a way because she did it in 21 hours. And did DLC for it, which I didn't know it had DLC. Next up, you've got Beast Quest, and the font looks the same, right? Does anybody remember playing a Flash game called Adventure Quest, I think was the name? Like, it was the most primary school game. Like, you would play the game like in the little school when you was growing up, when you got some like computer time. I don't know if Beast Quest is made by the same people or if it's even linked to Adventure Quest, but that game used to go off. You'd have like massive pieces of armor and you'd have like swords and stuff. Like, it was so sick. It's so I think it's still running. They like managed to sort of move it over when Flash games sort of got taken off the internet. But what a time to be alive when Flash games were like in their prime. Welcome in, Owen. How's it going, broski? Welcome. Hope you're doing well. Next up, we've got Beyond Enemy Lines here. Again, just a shooting game there. I don't have it, but nice one there. You've got Biomutant. Again, very odd game, I would say. Sort of, I never ended up playing it because it just didn't really appeal to me, but I'm sure it could actually be quite cool. You played it as well, Unknown, yeah. It's just such a weird memory that sticks out, but I quite enjoyed playing it in school, like making a character and whatnot. Like, I saw I can't remember the guy that does it, but he explores like old MMO games, and he done like maybe a 2-hour video on Adventure Quest, just like going through it, playing it, and all of that stuff. And he did a bit of history on the guy that made Adventure Quest, and he's the guy that makes the games has made so many, and he's like failed at so many, and then obviously more have taken off than others. But it's a super interesting story. I can't remember the guy that does it, unfortunately. Josh Strife Hayes, thank you, Mushrak. That is the guy, Josh Strife. Go check him out. I mean, he's already got a lot of subscribers. We're going to add to it. But yeah, his like deep dive videos on like looking at old MMOs is super cool. As well. Next up, we've got Black Clover Quartet Knights. 8 hours, 3 out of 10. I was always under the illusion that this one took quite long to do and kind of put me off a little bit, but I did actually really like the anime, so maybe I will pick that one up. Next up, we've got Black Mirror. I'm assuming this isn't related to the TV show. Kind of looks quite maybe a horror game, but 50% of people have completed that one. You've got Black the Fall there. Took you 7 hours to do, and again is a fairly high completion rate. You've got Blackwind as well, sitting at a 48%. That looks like a mech fighting game. You've got the Blair Witch Project, which is an awesome game to see. Not many people have this one. Low-key bit of a banger. From, if I can remember the videos correctly, it looked quite scary, but it's sitting at a 14%er, and again 3 out of 10. Nice. You've got Bloodstained Curse of the Moon 2. I'm assuming that's probably just a JRPG there, but good stuff. You've got Blue Reflection as well. Awesome. I'd be curious to know if I think you did have a couple of Vita Platinum, so I wonder if you've played that on the Vita or PS4. You've got Bound by Flame, 4%. Wow. That is very impressive, and it's a 5 out of 10 difficulty. Good stuff there. You've got Bullet Girls Fantasia, 5% there. It's a 5 out of 10 and takes 100 hours. Oh my word, that is awesome. Good job there. You've got Bunny Raiders. I spoke about this one a little earlier. I hated my time with it. It was just an RNG rubbish game. It took you 14 hours to do, so on the longer side. It also took me on the longer side to get that one as well, but good job there. You've got Call of Cthulhu up next. Again, a game that you don't really see too often. It kind of came out and happened, and that was about it. I don't think it really appealed to a lot of people, unfortunately. It didn't really appeal to me, but hopefully you had fun while playing that one. Next up, you've got Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and that is, I can't believe that's only a 6%. It's a 3 out of 10 as well, and only takes 10 hours. It is such an easy Call of Duty to get the Platinum in. Like, it is so easy if you're looking to get a Call of Duty Platinum, and quite a rare one as well. If you're wondering why the percentage is stuck at 98, mine is also stuck at 98%, and that's because there was a glitch with the Spec Ops missions not registering. It might be fixed now, or you might have had to do it before, but yeah, that's the reason why it's at 90%. It's just one trophy for completing a Spec Ops mission. Even if you do it, it didn't pop for me. Next up, you've got Candle, The Power of the Flame. It's because I was buffering thinking, is it Flame? Good stuff there, 50%er, and took you 3 days to do, assuming that's a fairly short-ish game. You've got the Capcom Fighting Collection. Awesome. I never knew that existed. I can imagine it's probably quite difficult. Sits at a 12% as well, so good stuff there. You've got Cars 3, Driven to Win. I had no idea this was on PS4. I know that a lot of the Cars games are stuck on PS3, but that's pretty cool to see that you've got a Cars one there. Castlevania, Advanced Collection, and then also Symphony of the Night and... what does that say? And Rondo of Blood. I know a rondo in football is where you pass around somebody in the middle of a circle. But fair play on getting the Castlevania games there. One's a 5 out of 10 and one is also a 3 out of 10, so that's pretty sick to see as well. Good stuff there. Obviously that one with the low percentage. And then, oh, my bad, we missed one here. We've also got Castlevania Dominious Collection as well, which is pretty sick to see. You platinumed it today. Took you 2 weeks to do. Bomb Chop, I'm assuming this one here is the latest Castlevania game. Awesome. Unfortunately, I don't actually know like too much about the lore of it. I've seen videos and I know that it's quite an ancient game. It was like, was it on like, I don't know, N64 or Sega Mega Drive? It was like on something like that, and then I think it moved over to PS1 or something. I know that there's like a lot of heritage when it comes to Castlevania, a lot like Final Fantasy there. But I mean, good stuff on that. That's a cool collection to have. I've just never played it, unfortunately. Next up, you've got Cat Quest 1 and also number 2. I keep looking at these games on my PlayStation, and I keep looking at them on Platinum reviews. I actually contemplated starting Cat Quest 1 today. I'm edging closer to playing it. I know that the third game's out as well, so maybe we'll see the third one in your collection in the future. Next up, we've got Chaos of Dapena. Unfortunately, I don't know what that one is there. It looks kind of cool with the artwork. It looks very well done. You've got Chess Knights Shinobi, and you've also got Chess Knights Viking Lands. 16 hours and 6 months to do. impressive. I mean, I'm not very good at chess. I don't know what the percentage of those are. Sorry, percentage. We can see that it's a 70% and also almost 60. I just don't know what the difficulty is on that. I'm assuming if you're probably good at chess, you'll get those platinums fairly easily. Welcome in, Radic. How's it going? So this is the last trophy list that we're reviewing tonight, unfortunately. If you click the pinned comment or the Discord in the chat, if you join the Discord, buddy, you can post your PSN profiles over there, and then we'll review it in when it's your turn, when the list gets to you. The Depona games are a point-and-click series with a lot of humor from a German studio, which is a weird contradiction. Oh, is it this one here? Chaos Arcade. Interesting. That's pretty cool that it's like a German studio that does it. Never really played point-and-click games, though. Not really my thing. We've got Slid the Snail up next. What? A snail game? I'm assuming that's probably a Souls-like snail game, if anything, but that's pretty sick. Next up, we've got Coffin Dodgers. Again, a fairly quick platinum to get there. Concrete Genie, again, a pretty popular platinum because we always seem to see it on the list as well. Next up, we've got Control. I will get to this game or go back to platinum this game. I enjoyed what I played of it, but I just stopped playing it, unfortunately. But good stuff there. Corpse Party. I've got no idea what that is it? I'm assuming maybe something to do with zombies or something. I can see Unknown is putting some eye emojis about her Corpse Party. Do you care to share what the game's about? Because I don't actually know, unfortunately, but it sounds like it could be quite interesting. Apparently it's a classic. We've got Cotton Reboot here. I like how they've done Reboot. I don't know if this is an actual reboot of the game or not, but cool stuff there. You've got Crazy Chicken, Jump and Run, Traps and Treasures. 1 hour, 55 minutes. Cool little hat there, but again, it's probably just a quick platinum. You've got Crossing Souls up next. Is that just a crossing the road simulator, which is like Souls-like? Not too sure. Welcome in, Aiden. Nice of you to join us and say hello. Chat, say hello to one of our beautiful moderators. Guess who is the proud owner of The Wolf Among Us? I'm assuming you. What a game. What a banger game The Wolf Among Us is. See, you would have really had us if you said The Wolf Among Us 2. Because that would have been super sick if you had that game as well. But as well, if you're joining the live stream, welcome in. What we're doing is we're actually reviewing subscriber platinum trophy lists. We do review Xbox profiles, Steam profiles. We do review everything. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you're new around here, and also join the Discord, which is in the chat, in the description, on my channel, and the pinned comment. And that's where you'd submit your trophy list as well. But welcome in. I hope you enjoy your stay, however long for. Next up then, we've got Cruise Brothers. I'm assuming that is a racing game. Maybe, don't know, I'm just going off the kind of the pictures there, which is, I think, a fair assumption. You've got Cry Machine up next. I think people really like this game. I feel like I've seen people tweeting about this. The artwork looks super cool as well. Yeah, Aiden, I hope you picked up a physical copy because the artwork looks pretty sick. Next up, we've got Crypt of the Serpent King. Almost Crypt of the Necro Dancer, or whatever that really difficult game is there. But it's a 45% completion rate, so I'm assuming it's just a fairly simple game to complete there. We've got Crystar up next. Unfortunately, I don't know what that one is. Cyber Citizen, Shockman, Shockman 2, Shockman 3, and also Shockman 0. Why do I feel like I know what Cyber Citizen is? It seems like it could be a shovel-ishware title by the high completion rates and also the quick amounts of time, but I feel like Cyber Citizen rings a bell there. Next up, we've got Cyber Dimension, Neptuna 4, good stuff on that one. We've got Darker Skies up next, which took you 6 hours to do and is a 61% completion rate, so again, a fairly quick game. You've got Darksiders Genesis here, part of the Darksiders franchise, I believe, with that one. 18% and a 4 out of 10. Thought it'd be harder being Darksiders. I always just assumed Darksiders was a really tough franchise or game, but maybe that one's a little bit easier. Next up, we've got Daymare 1998. It's intrigued me, that one. I always add a game to my list, but I don't know what that one is, but that one's intrigued me with the artwork there. It's a 5 out of 10 as well, so it's a fairly difficult one with a low percentage, which is awesome. We've got Death End Request 1 and also 2. I'm assuming maybe just a horror game or JRPG horror there, but good stuff on those. We've got Death Wish Enforcers up next. Oop. We've got a ghost on the thing there. Took you 10 hours to do, but it is an 11%er, which is quite interesting there. Awesome stuff. Daymare was originally a fan-made RE2 remake, you believe. Oh! Have you said that before? I feel like you may have said that before, or somebody said that before. I feel like I may have had this conversation. Maybe I've already added it to the wish list. I don't know. Next up, we've got Decay of Logos here. Took you 2 days to do, but for some reason is a 7%, which is insane. I'm not quite sure what that is, unfortunately. We've got Deliland Pocket Planet here. Again, sitting at a 50%er. Seems like maybe a pretty chill game. We've got Deponia and also Deponia Doomsday. Looks fairly easy, and I'm assuming the second one is just as easy. It took you not too long to do at all there. We've got Destiny Connect TikTok Travelers. Never heard of that one, unfortunately. Looks maybe like a puzzle game. We've got Destroy All Humans 1 and also 2. Awesome stuff there. 3 out of 10, both 15 hours apiece and sitting at 13 and 15%. Awesome stuff. I remember, I think I've told this story a lot of the time on streams, but there's a lot of new people here, so I remember playing this back on PS2, and I never actually owned the game for some time, but my best friend in primary school did, and he came over for dinner one night and he brought Destroy All Humans 2, I think it was, and he also brought over like a tank game, and you obviously needed 2 people to play it, so that's why he wanted to play it, because he had this game, and obviously, you know, he couldn't play it at home, so he was playing it. But he never wanted to play Destroy All Humans 2 because he just played that at home a lot. So we sort of had our game of the tank game, you know, left open while we paused it while we went for dinner. And then I literally just like got the plate, like put it down, shoveled it down like a garbage disposal machine, ran back into the other room, ejected the disc, put in Destroy All Humans 2 and tried to play it without him. But he wasn't far behind me, unfortunately. He's like, can you take it out? I want to play the other game. But from what I played back in the day, I really enjoyed it. And eventually, I think I probably rented it from Blockbuster and played it. But good stuff there. Devil May Cry 2. It's only a 3 out of 10, which is surprising, but it's sitting at 12%, so it is super rare. I'm surprised more people don't have DMC2, seeming as it's probably one of the easier ones from the franchise. We have seen, I think DMC 4 and 5 are quite common, and also like the one that like DMC, the reboot that no one likes, but cool to see that one there. Next up, we've got Devious Dungeon Double Stack. Excuse me there, I burped. We got Devious Dungeon on Vita and PS4, and then also Devious Dungeon 2 on Vita and PS4. Again, fairly high completion rates on those ones, and took you about 8 hours to do, so fairly quick platinums overall. You've got Dex up next, so we've hit the 100 platinum point because our little icons have disappeared here. DMC2 is the worst franchise entry from what you've heard. Oh, really? Okay, that probably explains why it's such a low percentage then. Next up, we've got Dex. Awesome. We've got Disaster Report 4, Summit of Memories. I've seen this game. It's got DLC as well, which, like, just a shout out to Reaper Veteran 86 here, is that they're doing all of the DLC from what I can recall from like games as well, which is awesome. Yeah, I've seen this game. It looks like very interesting, and it's reflected by the low percentage there. Never fancy going for it myself because I feel like I get a bit bored, but it looked like aspects of it do look quite cool. We've got Disney classic games, Aladdin and also Lion King here. Never knew that one existed, but good stuff there. Aha, here we go. We got DMC Devil May Cry. I played this on the PS3. Look at that, it's a 7%er. I really enjoyed it. I know people hate it. They don't like what they did with Dante, but I really enjoyed it as a little teenager that found a guy squaring to sort of heavy techno metal music, killing demons sick. I enjoyed it. But it's cool to see this platinum. I know one of the entries last week also had DMC as well, I'm pretty sure. Next up, we've got Dolphin Spirit Ocean Mission here. Fairly quick game, took you 3 days to do. I'm assuming that's just something to do with the ocean and dolphins, which is pretty cool. Dolphins are kind of lit. You got Don't Knock Twice, horror game, I believe that one is. 2 days to do. Way past my bedtime chat. And is a 56 completion rate there, so seems pretty early. Shrek, you got to hit the sack early. You got to go into the office tomorrow. Good luck with the remainder of this. Oh, dude, that's the worst when you've got to go into the office. Well, I hope you have a good day tomorrow, and hopefully you get to leave the office somewhat early. But yeah, good luck tomorrow. Have a good day, and thanks for tuning in. Donut County. I actually got this platinum probably within the last month because I kept seeing it on these streams, and I played it, and it was surprisingly fun. Actually, I really enjoyed it. It's a quick platinum, 6 hours. It's a high percentage platinum. If you don't mind that and you're looking for I think I got it for 99p or something. Like, it was really cheap on sale. If you're looking to play a fun chill game, then that's definitely a good one I'd recommend. Next up, we've got Dragon Quest Echoes of an Elusive Age, which is awesome to see a Dragon Quest game on there. You don't really see that too often. I thought they would be a bit rarer, but I'm not really. It could just be the case of not many people like play the game, but they all complete the game, so it could be why it's as high as it is. But that's super sick to see a Dragon's Quest game there. You've heard that DMC2 is the worst sequel in the series, but 3 brought the series back. Yeah, I mean, I say watch loosely. Like, I have seen videos about like DMC to kind of understand the wider story of it, but I wouldn't be able to tell you which ones are the best and which ones are the worst. I'm assuming the first one must have been pretty good, but it's so strange that the second one is deemed like the worst, and somehow the series still got saved and is going into 2024, which is crazy. Then we've got Dragons Legends of Nine Realms. Is that like How to Train Your Dragon? I believe that is, but nice one there. Got Dread Out 2, 45% there. Not quite sure what that one is, unfortunately. And same with the Dreamfall chapters there. Fairly low percentage on that one as well. We've got Duke Nukem 3D 20th Anniversary World Tour. Again, I remember like Duke Nukem games like coming back, whether it was to PS3 or PS4. It was like making a big kind of comeback when like Doom was as well. And I feel like they just flopped. Excuse me. I feel like there was such like this big bulge of nostalgia from like when it first came out, and then it came out and it was just, I never played it, but like everyone that seemed to have played it was just like, oh, very meh. But good to see that you got the platinum for it there. You've got Earthlock up next as well, Festival of Magic card game maybe, unsure about that one, but it's a 19%er. You've got Eastern Exorcist here. I thought that was a turkey at first, but it looks like is it a gong, the thing that you hit, and a sword maybe? So maybe that's a kind of sword fighting game there. Not quite sure what that one is. You've got Eekmoo, Splinters of the Dark Shard. Seems like a fairly easy platinum to get. You've got Iron Chronicle Rising. I actually have this game. If this is the new game, I've got it wishlisted. If not, then I've wishlisted the new one. My uncle really recommended playing this franchise, and I think it's Rising. Pretty sure it's Rising. Recommended playing, unless that's the one that's free on Plus and there's a new one that's come out. But I might enjoy it, but it's just finding the time to play it. But yeah, good stuff on having that one. I am actually aware of the game, just not the order that they came out in, unfortunately. We've got Ayla up next. Again, unfortunately, I don't know what that one is. We've got Elevator Action Returns, S Tribute. It took you 2 hours to do, which is quick, but it's still fairly low percentage on that one. I have no idea what that could possibly be. Is it just an elevator simulator? You going up and down? No clue. You've got Ender Lilies here. I believe this was available on PlayStation Plus a few months ago. Looks kind of cool as well, to be fair. You've got Epic Dumpster Bear 2. Just the name of that makes it seem like it's a shovelware title. But it's a 16%er, so it's kind of rare as well, which is awesome. You've got Eternity, The Last Unicorn up. Again, sitting at 10%, which is awesome to see. You've got Evans Remains here. Took you 2 days to do, and 87%. So again, probably fairly easy to do that one. You've got Evoland as well. Nice Far Cry 3 Classic Edition, whenever I see this game, I shit on it. It's just so janky. It is just so awful. I really enjoyed the original on PS3, and I think that was the optimal way to play it, but I guess it's just a game, sadly, that's not aged well. So yeah. Yeah, I just wasn't a fan of it. I've platinumed it, put it in my video, my most recent video of it was just a nightmare platinum to get. The story's really good if you've not experienced the story before, and I'd recommend doing it for that. But if you know what the story is, it's just not worth revisiting. And next up, we've got Far Cry Primal. Strange to see Far Cry Primal over Far Cry 4, because I believe Primal was the game that came out, like, that reused the assets from 4. Obviously, it's got its own storyline, but it was just a copy and paste job, just a medieval setting. But it's 25% of there, which is pretty cool. I do need to actually go back to do this one. And is it Blood Dragon or another one that I'm intrigued in going to do myself, actually? And Radix says the Vita games percentages got butchered because of the jailbreak trophy hack, unfortunately. Oh, really? I had no idea that the jailbreak could hack the trophies as well. I wonder if that like flags up on like PS profiles if it was like hacked in or not. It was more of a Stone Age setting than medieval. Jeffro, that is what I mean. Thank you for correcting me. Stone Age. When was... Yeah, Stone Age is like medieval is like the Dark Ages, right? When people like just kind of reverted a little bit. Or is medieval the first, like caveman? Oh, I have I have no clue. But thank you for the correction there. I just know that you throw spears at tigers and stuff, which is, cool, I guess. Bit cruel. Don't clip that. It's just a game. You can choose the time of when they pop. Oh shoot, really? I mean, I guess that's cool, but if you're hacking in trophies, then it's probably not cool. Next up, we've got Faye up next, 23%. Took you 2 days to do. Looks pretty cool as well. You've got Fear Effect Sedna there, 18%. Not quite sure what that game is, unfortunately. And it's the same with Thimble there. Unsure of what that one is. You've got Flipping Death. That looks pretty interesting. I'm going to add that one because the artwork looks pretty cool there. It took you 1 day to do, and it's a fairly high percentage, so I'm assuming a fairly easy one to get there. You've got the Platinum Fort 4 closed as well. Awesome, 55%. Forgive Me Father is up next, and is a 20%er and took you 3 days to do. Awesome. Forgotten Anne as well is up next. I don't know what this one is, unfortunately, and that is the same with Foul Play. However, it is a 4%, which is super, super duper rare. Stone Age is caveman, medieval is kings and knights. Right, yeah, so kind of like Dark Ages, when like after the fall of like Rome, when everyone lost knowledge, is medieval. What's before Stone Age and or is just a Stone Age caveman? That's like, it's like prehistoric, then like cavemen, cave people, cave them, Egypt, Greece, Rome, medieval stroke Dark Ages, Middle Ages, Renaissance, industrial, dare I say Victorian, and then modern. No, or just industrial, then modern. I'm just trying to think of what my history textbook was there, chat. That was just me listing off what I think the order of history is. I'm probably very wrong, though. Anyway, Foul Play is a 4%er. Awesome. Hopefully. It says Vita. Hopefully he didn't cheat that one in, as chat has mentioned, but I'm assuming it's on PS4 there. I got it. Good shit. I remember as well, like during the Renaissance, when was it a Renaissance? It was like 17 or 1800s, right? And they were just kind of like rediscovering, textbooks that burnt in Rome, and like people like being smart again and learning about like healthcare and things like that. And like ligatures was such a big thing when it came to like the war, where they would like they're like court of like ligatures is where you like if somebody's lost a limb or something, you'll kind of like tie up like the muscles and nerves and like stitch them together, and you need to cauterize it as well. Pretty gruesome time period, but pretty cool as well. Anyway, next up, we're here for a trophy list review, not a history lesson. Foxyland, 13 hours to do, 95% looks like a fun game, platformer-esque, but again, very quick one to get. Front Mission First, looks like a mech game, which is pretty cool. G.I. Joe Operation Blackout. Now, that is one that you don't see very often. Like a lot of this list, to be fair. Like, it's got a lot of games that I've never really seen of before, which is pretty cool. But there's a 12% there, which is nice. You've got Gal Guardians up next. Demon Purge. Pretty cool. Maybe it's a mech game. JRP. I think a lot of the games on this list are probably like JRPGs or RPGs. But nice. We've got Galgun 2. Fighting game, maybe, not too sure. You've got Game Tongoku Cruisin' Mix. Maybe that's like a classical kind of shooting game where you destroy stuff. Who knows? You've got Get Frad Gejaj Das Spiel. I'm inclined to say that this is like the UK TV show The Chase, which is like a trivia game that's on like TV. Could be wrong on that one, but that's what the artwork looks like there. And of course, this is in, I'm assuming, German, which I don't know. See you later, Bomb Shop. Have a safe journey home, bro, and thank you for tuning in. Dark Monkey 69, welcome to the stream. How's it going? Welcome in. That's a nice little avatar you've got there as well. That's pretty dope. Get Even up next is 11%, which is awesome to see. Ghost Parade as well. Took you 1 day to do, and it's 34%, so nice. You've got Ginger Beyond the Crystal. Took you 3 days to do. Looks kind of like a spunk, but blue. But good stuff on getting that one. A low percentage as well, which is awesome. You've got Girls and Panzer, Dream Tank Match, 17% to do there. Maybe it's a sports game, maybe a volleyball game. Not quite sure on that one. You've got Glass Masquerade here. Took you 20 hours to do, so that's a fairly quick platinum with the completion rate. And then you've got Glass Masquerade 2. Again, assuming both of those games are fairly easy platinums to get there. If you're just joining in as well, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on for all of our live streams, and don't forget to join the Discord, which is linked as the pinned comment. You can always press exclamation point Discord to get a fresh link from Nightbot as well, but the one in the pinned section should be working. And that's how you submit your PSN trophy lists or Xbox. Join the Discord. It's good fun in there. Grey Lancer up next, 94%, took you 1 hour to do. It's just a nice quick platinum there. You've got the God of War reboot. Again, I won't talk about this because I spoke about it earlier, but good stuff there. Goodbye Deponia, 76%. Seems like a fairly quick platinum to get there. Gourmet Warriors as well. Took you 3 days to do, and it's 24%. I'm assuming that's some kind of fighting game. You've got Greek, not spelt like ancient Greece, but Greek. I didn't even know that was a word, to be honest. Memories of Azure, 16% there. Only took you a day to do, which is absolutely awesome. I'm going to investigate that one because that artwork looks really intriguing. I'm quite impressed by that. And there's also... okay, it seems like there's a PS4 and PS5 version there, which is pretty cool. Doesn't seem like it was auto-popped either, which is awesome. Probably the PS5 was released a lot later. You got back into trophy hunting a few months ago. Nice stuff, Dark Monkey. Have you got any platinum trophies at all? Like, that you wanted to share with us? Or you could share it in the Discord as well. Grey Skies, a War of the Worlds story. I was about to say, I think that's an alien-based game, and it says War of the Worlds. I remember like watching the War of the Worlds of Tom Cruise going up as well, which was an interesting experience. I was always scared of aliens, but they were like the aliens that you never saw because they were just always in their ships. But great films. I'm sure that the classics back in the day were pretty interesting as well. Grim Fandango. I've seen that little fella before. I've seen that fella before. I think that's quite a difficult platinum to get there. We've got Gris up next as well. Awesome. You got Gun Crazy, which is fairly quick platinum to get. Gungrave Gore took you 4 months to do and is a 15%er. Awesome. Guns Core and Cannoli 2. Shooting game. Awesome. Took you 2 days to do, 50%. Nice. Gainug. It took you 55 minutes to do, but I was just trying to work out what that was. It's kind of like an angel, kind of like a devil. No idea. When did I get my first platinum? That is a good question. Whenever the Walking Dead Telltale game came out, 2013, random guess. If you go into my PSN profiles, it's just my YouTube name, and you'll be able to find out the first thing. I'm just gonna take a stab in the dark and say it was 2013. Whenever that game came out, was my first platinum. I've been playing like since 2010, not collecting platinums and stuff, kind of passively. Really ramped it up within the last year, I'd say. Yeah, done an insane amount of trophies within the last year. Next up, we've got Handball 16 and also 17. I can respect with sports games, the percentages are super low, just like me in the FIFA games. So good stuff on the handball ones there. Probably quite some difficult trophies to do with online wins as well, I'd assume. Next up, you've got Hellblade, Sona's Sacrifice. I really want to play this game actually because I've seen quite a lot about it and it does seem quite interesting as well. So yeah, awesome stuff there. One that I want to, play myself. Don't know if it's a difficult platinum or not, but good stuff there. 2011 is your guess. I was gonna say somebody's gonna need to. I can check it at the end of the stream if people remind me, or somebody can spoil when I actually got it. We've got Hero Trials on Vita and also the PS4. Fairly quick games to get there. You got Hidden Through Time here. I think this is probably just another quick, easy game going by the percentage. Horizon Zero Dawn, which is the first one, I believe. I couldn't get into the series, wasn't a fan. Think it's a bit pants, but you got the platinum for it, so better person than me. Hyperdimension Neptunia on the Vita, awesome. Ice Age, Scrat's Nutty Adventure. I've seen this one. I've been tempted to get it because it does seem like a fairly easy platinum to get. It's just a little bit grindy and boring, but good stuff on getting that one there. Immortals, Phoenix Rising, again, nice stuff there. Very low percentage, and the DLC is awesome. Infamous Second Son, okay, fantastic game. I say it every single stream this game comes up. Please remake the originals, bring them onto PS4 and PS5, make a new game, please, 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 please. I know somebody from Sony and Sucker Punch Games is going to be watching this sooner or later. Make a new game, and then tell me so I can tell everyone. Next up, we've got Inked as well. That looks really, really cool as well. The details on that one. Intruders, Hide and Seek. I'm assuming it's a hide and seek game there. Kind of scary with that little moose head there. I got FIFA 14 the 1st of Feb 2014. I have the platinum for FIFA 14, do I? Fair enough, I didn't even know that. Is it wrong to try and pick up girls in a dungeon? Just gonna add that one to a tab. I have no idea what that game is. I assume it's probably a text-based game in a way, but I'm very intrigued to know what that one actually is. It probably is wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon, though. I would not recommend. No worries, Dark Monkey. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you have a lovely evening, and maybe I'll see you on tomorrow's live stream as well. J-Stars Victory VS there, 7%er. Awesome. Could have got it on PS3, Vita, or PS4. You hope it's just a bad translation. Yeah, maybe the localization got a bit lost in translation there. But awesome stuff there. Super low percentage. I'm assuming it's probably a fighting game as well. We've got Jack and Jill DX there. Again, a very quick and easy platinum to get. We've got Jack and Dexter, the precursor Legacy as well. Awesome. Japanese Rail Sim, Journey to Kyoto. That's an awesome one. I didn't know that they had a Japanese rail sim. That's really cool, actually. 21% percentages there. Zero Chill can confirm that it is not a mistranslation. Well, that is certainly interesting. We've got Jigsaw Zen up next, which, again, I'm assuming is just a pretty chilled, quick game there. Jurassic Park, the classic games collection. There's a lot of games within this one that I believe you need to complete in order to get the platinum trophy. So awesome stuff there, and it's also reflected by the low percentage. I think it's like really classic games, like from PS1 and PS2. Next up, we've got Kamen Rider, Memory of Heroes with a Z. Don't know what that one is, looks kind of interesting. We've got K's and the Wild Masks as well. Awesome. Kill la Kill IF as well, 11%, which is sick. Very low. Kataria Fables. I don't know what that one is. It's got a cat though, so that's pretty cool already. So that gets a thumbs up from me. Klonoa Fantasy Revere series, 40% up. Artwork looks very nice and cool. Maybe that's a JRPG, I'm assuming, maybe. Looks kind of open world. You've got Knack too. 13%. I didn't even realize Knack got a sequel because I thought the first game was so bad that it just died in the water, but apparently it must have done well enough to get a second game. Yeah, I mean, fair enough. And Kamen Rider is the series that the Power Rangers were based on. Very unhinged. Okay. Like, the picture there, I know it's not, but it looked like a mechanical horse in a way. But that's pretty sick. That it's based on that. Next up, we've got Knight's Retreat, which I am assuming is a chess game as well. High percentage there. We've got Koa, the 5 Pirates of Mara. Looks maybe like a kid's game there, so probably a straightforward one. You've got Konoha there. I don't know what that one is. The text doesn't give much away. You've got Koto Dama there. Again, probably a sort of text-based point-and-click game, I'd assume that one there. You've got Krut, the Mythic Wings. Don't know what that one is, unfortunately, but good stuff. We've got Lake. I've played this game, and this game honestly made me want to tear my hair out. If you've seen my new video, it features in that. I just really didn't get on with it. You did it on PS4 as well, so I'm intrigued to know if you streamed the game from like PS Plus, because by streaming the game, the quality was just always like really bad for me. The PS5 version did look a lot better, but it still didn't look great, unfortunately. I mean, fair play for sitting through that platinum. I can see he did it in 2 months as well, so he probably took some well-deserved breaks between each sessions because it was bad. Next up, we've got Lara Croft Go. Awesome to see there. I always say I needed to get the Hitman one as well, which would be pretty cool. The Late Shift as well. One of the first games to kind of do this like real sort of real life acting in games as well, like actually a game. I've not played this one. I've played like a couple of others similar to this. So maybe I will go back and do this one because it does like seem like a pretty interesting platinum to get. Legends of Talia, again, a very quick platinum there. Batman 3, Lego game there, awesome. You got City Undercover, Marvel Superheroes, Marvel Avengers, The Incredibles, and also Lord of the Rings. The most rare one there is actually Undercover, which is pretty cool. I've got Marvel's Avengers 1 and 2, and also Superheroes that I need to actually play at some point. But a very good collection there, and Lord of the Rings is definitely one that's like under the radar, I'd say there. You really miss movie games. They were so bad but fun. Yeah, they were a good laugh, weren't they? Didn't take themselves too seriously. Welcome into the stream, Josh. How's it going? Can we make requests for me to review other future videos? You'd love to hear your thoughts on yours. You have 321 platinums. Of course, Josh, if you've got Discord, if you click on the pinned comment or the Discord link in the description, if you join the Discord, join our community, and then post your PlayStation profiles link in the Discord, there's like a section for it. I work my way down the list each week, so I try to do 2 to 3 people per week. And then I'll get to yours eventually. I think Aiden has also just prompted Nightbot to do the Discord. If not, if you've not got Discord for whatever reason, just leave a comment somewhere and then we can try to post it in the Discord so it's logged. That's how we do things. But welcome in, Josh. Hope you're doing well. Leisure Suit Larry, Wet Dreams Don't Dry. I didn't realize this was on PS4 as well. I picked up a Leisure Suit Larry game, I think the same one, on PS3, and I've not actually played it. I just brought it because it was really cheap and just looked really weird and unhinged. But fair play on getting the platinum for that one. I know that like back in the day, the games were probably a little more explicit than they were. I can see Castromo is enjoying this one. I'll need to get, when I set the PS3 back up for another challenge, I'll probably just play this for a bit of fun to just investigate what it is. But fair play on getting that one, dude. Next up, we've got Liberated as well. Looks super cool there from that. Fairly good completion rate as well. Lifeless Planet there is a 16%. Awesome. Light Fairy Tale episode 1 there. I'm assuming that's just a probably a form of episodic role-playing game. Yeah, so if you scroll down to one of like I don't know what you call it, one of the sections, it will say PSN profiles and Xboxes. There'll be a load of links in there. If you just post your link in there, dude, I'll get to you in however many weeks down you are. Just as a rule of thumb, I'd normally go down in 2s or 3s, and then you can work out how many weeks it will be until yours. Probably quite a long time, unfortunately. So you have to come here each week. Little Nightmares 2. Awesome. I'm going to play this one and platinum it. Only takes 8 hours, which is good news as well, because I need a kind of quick platinum under my belt, because I'm kind of needing a dopamine hit. But yeah, good stuff there. I think the first one's a lot harder as well. Next up, we've got Little Orpheus. Unsure what that one is, but it seems like a fairly quick and easy platinum. I think this is the first game that you don't actually have DLC completed for, and I'm assuming it must be pretty hard. Lonely Mountains Downhill, I'm assuming it's a 3% as well, which is awesome. Super low percentage, and it must be pretty difficult. Just seems like a bike game, maybe like Trials Fusions. Mad Max, 5.99%. Oh my word. I'm so jealous that you've got the platinum for this, because I didn't realize that there was an online trophy that is now unobtainable. Because I looked at it on my list, I was like, oh, I really love this. I really love it. It was a fantastic game. I thought it was sick. Good little movie kind of tie-in as well. But yeah, it's just a shame that there was that one online trophy. I know that like with the Shadow of Mordor games, the online trophies are unobtainable. The devs actually patched in the trophies, so the trophies still look the same, but you could actually obtain it offline as well. I'd love for Mad Max, it's probably too late now, but I'd love for that to happen, because I'd actually love to clean that platinum up. We've got Mafia 3 as well, 4% there, which is awesome. Probably one of the hardest Mafia games, maybe. I need to do Mafia 1. I need to do the classic playthrough on that one, which is super difficult as well. We've got Maglam Lord up next, which is 11%. Awesome. You've got Mars Superlami Hoob Adventure. Assuming that one's a kid's game, just by the looks of it. It looks kind of like the Cheeto Tiger, maybe, in a way. But I'm not quite sure what that one is, unfortunately. Not the hardest, just an absolute mess of a game. Oh, right, that makes sense. I'm sure I'll have fun with that one. You love the Mad Max Platinum. What a game, so underrated. I do feel like the Mad Max game is severely underrated. Like, is it by the... I don't want to say it's by the people that made the Batman games, like the Arkham games, but the fight style is like very similar to that. Like, it's a good fighting, like it has good combat, and like the open world wasn't too like not intrusive, but it wasn't too big. It was just right. Hopefully they make another Mad Max game, because that would be sick. Next up, we've got Marvel Spider-Man as well. I can't see Miles Morales or Spider-Man 2, so maybe you'll get to them in the future. But I mean, the first one's probably good enough. Once you've played one, you've played them all, but good stuff there. We've got Mako Tales there, assuming that's a pretty easy one going off the completion and percentage. You've got Medieval Remake as well. Fairly straightforward one there. Nice to see. You've got Mega Tans Mention, Blanc, and Neptune versus Zombies. That sounds pretty cool, because it's got zombies in. Hope that was a good time as well. It was by the developers who made Rage and the Just Cause games. Oh, really? That's an interesting one. Have I played... Is there Rage 2? Is that a game that's in like a wasteland as well? I feel like I've played that. Rage 2. I got the platinum for it. I'm pretty sure if that's the right game. Was an alright game, to be fair, as well. Like, the Just Cause games play pretty good as well. It's just I think that they're too open worlds and don't have much of a story. Like, Just Cause games look sick, but I just don't think... I don't know. Great open sandbox, whatever you want to do it, but in terms of story, I've just never got into it, which is unfortunate. Okay, yeah, Rage 2 is a thing, yeah. I got the platinum for that one. It was a good game, but I feel like it just ended. Like, the main story for Rage 2 was just so short. I was like, is that it? I was like, what? I was like, I don't even know what happened. We've got Metagal. Again, fairly quick game there. Took 10 minutes to do on Vita and PS4. Metaloid Origin there. Not quite sure what that one is, but seems fairly difficult in a way. You've got Metamorphosis up next. Sitting at 52% there. Kind of looks like from a distance, the Attack on Titan like closing screen with like the writing on. Next up, we've got Metropolis Lux Obscura. I Don't know what that one is, unfortunately. It looks like a fairly quick game by the 5 hours time there. You've got Minoria here up next, which took you 2 years to do. Again, unfortunately, don't know what that is. Maybe a Souls-like. We've got Monkey King, Hero is back. 19% of there. You're not done the DLC. Second game I can actually remember of the not having DLC on. It must be quite difficult going by the percentage raters there, but nice. You've got Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom. Assuming... I was going to say it's a kid's game, but I think it's probably just a JRPG. It looks interesting, at least. Monster Energy Supercross and also Supercross 2. Somebody had this last week, and I was so confused that these were a game, but I think number 6 or 1... There's a game that's actually free on as part of PlayStation Plus like this month or last month. So I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense why the logo's like this. Like the actual game artwork looks completely different. But good stuff there. Very low percentages as well. Next up, we've got Monster Jam Crush It and also Steel Titans. One game is vastly easier than the other, but they still didn't take you a long time to do. This one's got under 10%, which is insane for a free 3 days to do as well. You've got Monster World 6 as well, which is cool. Moon Raider as well, nice. Moons of Madness, again, probably a quick, easy one for you. Moon Scars, again, 17%, awesome. We've got More Dark up next, took you 27 minutes to do, assuming that's a very, very easy game. Moving Out, Wow, I didn't realize that the percentage of this was so low. I thought it was quite an easy one to get, but obviously not. Good stuff on getting the platinum for that one. Mr. Masagi, absolutely love this game. If you've not played it, it's so funny and quite fun. It's obviously like a click game, like a shovelware game, but it's like it's like on Tinder, like a dating thing, and you're trying to get massages. It's so unhinged. It's just quite funny. You've got Mundawn up next as well, 16%, awesome. Murdered Soul Suspects. What? I've never played this game, and I think I never will, just because how meh it is. But it seems like it had the potential to do really well. Like the concept of it seems so cool, but then it just seems like the bag got fumbled like big time, unfortunately. Anyways, we've got MXGP 2020, awesome, and you've got MXGP 3 there, awesome stuff. Just racing games there, so probably difficult in some areas potentially. You've got Narcos, Rise of the Cartels. I had no idea that there was a Narcos game. That is pretty cool. You've got Naruto Boy up next as well, pretty quick one for you as well in 21 hours. You've got Naruto Ultimate Storm as well. Super disappointing game. It was Square Enix, right? What was it called again? I erased it. Soul Suspect. I think it was Square Enix. I don't know what it is with them making games that aren't Final Fantasy that suck. Obviously, they do have the capacity to make some good games, but outside of Final Fantasy. But it seems like whenever they try something different, it just doesn't work. It's Forspoken, the new one they did. Just panned as well. Anyway, Naruto, sick one to have there, awesome. Need for Speed as well. Oh, look at the percentage for the DLC there. Oh, that is rough. This is probably the better Need for Speed game. I'm not the biggest Need for Speed spat. I like it, but I don't play them a lot to like comment on what's good and what isn't. But I don't know, didn't think it was that great. It was just always at nighttime, which I was like, let me race in the daytime. I get scared, you know. Murdered Soul Suspect, think so. Detective investigating his own murder was a cool. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it seemed like a really cool concept, and I remember it like coming out. And I think I probably watched a Rad Brad play it. Shout out to him. Whenever like I could never afford a game or like know what to, like investigate a game, I'd always like watch him play it. I think it was him I watched play it. Could be wrong, but I'm sure I watched something on it and was like, yeah, this looks bad. We've got Neodori Fever up next as well, awesome. Neptuna, Virtual Stars, good stuff. New Super Lucky's Tale, I'm assuming that's a kid's game maybe. We've got Nier Automata. I didn't realize how easy I say easy in quotation marks, but I thought this game was a lot harder than it was, but it's actually very achievable as well. Just a couple of playthroughs, which is meant to be pretty fun. The last Need for Speeds have been disappointing. You have the plat for all of them though. Yeah, I know some of them are like super tough as well. I don't know what it is, man. I played Need for Speed back in the day. Like Undercover and Most Wanted for me is where they were just so good. And I've not played them since, so I can't comment, but I just feel like they've just not been as good. Does anybody remember the game Midnight Club? I think Los Angeles on PS3. That was a good racing game that I really enjoyed. Nippon Marathon. I'm not quite sure what that one is, but that's a pretty cool unicorn horn there. We've got Nurse Love Addiction there up on the Vita, assuming that's a quick one by the 75%er. We've got Oceanhorn, Monster of Uncharted Seas. I don't know what that is, unfortunately. And I also don't know what Odin Sphere Lefasar is. Nor do I know what Omen Sight is. Fairly low percentages, though, so congratulations on those. Hopefully they were good. I do know what Omno is, though. Really fun game. There's like one tough trophy with a puzzle that may hold you up. But in terms of that, it's a very easy platinum to get. If you've not played it, it looks really cool and is quite a fun time. The Omno Platinum is good. One Piece Burning Blood, awesome. One Piece Pirate Warriors 4, awesome. One Piece Ultimate World Red, awesome at 9%. And then One Piece World Seeker as well at 25%. Excuse me, past my bedtime. Awesome having a bunch of One Piece games. That is super sick. I think, is there like One Piece Odyssey or something? There's like another one that looks pretty cool. Quite open world. Odin Sphere is made by the same guys that did Unicorn Overlord. Okay. I'm trying to think if I know what Unicorn Overlord is. You thought I said Nipple Marathon. Oh my goodness, damn. That is that's a skill issue on your part, Luke. You should be listening properly. I don't think I said that, whoops. You played Midnight Club, it was so good, right? Yeah, it was really good, really fun as well. Override 2, Super Mech League, awesome stuff there. 2% as well, oh my word. There's so many like Super Mech games that I mean, it's not really my bag, so I don't know much about them, but I didn't realise there's as much as there are. Next up, we've got Oxenfree there as well, awesome. Paranormal Activity, right, okay, I'm intrigued by this one as well. Open that tab and see what that's about. There's a Paranormal Activity game. I have no idea that even existed. Peaky Blinders Mastermind, yeah, I think there's quite a few Peaky Blinder games, Josh. I thought that the Peaky Blinder games were PlayStation VR. It doesn't say VR there unless it's like not collaborated, but to my knowledge, I thought the Peaky Blinder games were VR. It could be the same with the Paranormal Activity. I don't think they're too much to write home about, though. I love Peaky Blinders, but the game, I just don't see how that would ever be a good game. Like, the show just has some action, but no idea how they made a game out of it. We got Phantom Breaker, Omna, awesome. Planet of the Eyes, high percentage there, quick one to get. Poison Control took you 1 month to do, awesome. Project Starship, cool. Prototype 2, fantastic. I've not actually played number 2, but I've played the first one and had a lot of fun with it. Fairly low percentage as well, thought it'd be a little bit higher. The first game I ever played on PlayStation 3 was the first Prototype. I think that was like the first trophy I ever earned was in Prototype, maybe. Super fun game. No idea what the story was because I was too young to understand it, but it's one that I might want to revisit, but I'm pretty sure they're both probably quite janky in 2024. Would maybe welcome a new one though. No idea who makes the Prototype games though. Is it no idea who makes it. Chat, be on your best behavior. Our moderator's disappearing. All right, cheers, dude. See you in a bit. Punchline as well. Don't know what that is, unfortunately. We've got Radical Rex here, 18 hours, so it looks like a fairly easy one to do, but you did it it's an 18%, so also maybe difficult. We spoke about Rage 2 earlier, but so the same people that made the Mad Max game. I enjoyed it. It's a good platinum to get as well. We've got Railway Islands as well up next. Awesome. Ratchet and Clank, cool stuff. We've got Record of Lodos War. I don't know what that is, unfortunately. I do know what Red Faction is, and it's a 3%. Oh my god, that is absolutely insane. What the heck? No mods, time to cause trouble. Castromo, I dare you to cause trouble. If you make chat rise up against me, then yeah, I don't know what I'll do. I'll do nothing. Chat be good. Red Faction. I remember playing like the demo disc when they when you'd buy the PlayStation magazine, they'd give you like a disc and it'd have loads of game demos on. Red Faction was one of them. I have no idea what it's about. I just know that the sandbox mechanics on it are so cool and like the destruction is sick. Apart from that, I couldn't tell you the story. I think you're like working on a Mars colony. I think. Could be wrong though. Oh shoot, you've actually got Red Faction 2 as well. Awesome at 4% there. Regalia of Men and Monarchy, or Monarchs there. Awesome. Ricnum. Unsure what that one is there. Republic, 9%. Nice. Awesome. Red Faction is just about blowing up Mars. Fair enough. I mean, they obviously weren't very successful because there's a couple of games. I think it goes up to 3, doesn't it? Escaping a prison on Mars. Okay, that's pretty sick. It's cool to see that they've got PS4 like remakes as well. I wonder how well they hold up as well. Rime as well, awesome there. We've got Riptide GP2, which is a racing game, I believe. River City Girls 0. I don't know what that is. If I had to guess, maybe a mystery game, a detective text-based game. Road Rage up next. I've not heard of that one either. We've got Road to Gundam, Guangdong. 5 hours to complete, fairly quick. Rogue Trooper Redux. Low percentage there. It took you 4 years to do as well, so it could be a difficult one there. You've got Root Film. I have no idea what that is. It seems kind of scary though. We've got RWBY Arrowfell. Again, I'm so sorry, but I do not know a lot of the games on this list, unfortunately. Maybe chat can bail me out here. Road Rage is a bad game. Poor man. We've got Sagebrush up next. Sakura Wars there, 16% off. Awesome. You've got Schoolgirl Zombie Hunter, 5%. Anything with zombies, I'm intrigued in, and it's a 5% as well, so that'd be a cool one to get. Assuming it's pretty difficult as well. We've got Sea of Solitude up next. Awesome. Took you 5 hours to do. Seasons After Fall as well. Again, like I'm just gonna say these are easy platinums because the percentages are medium high rarity and you are completing them quite quickly. We've got Senran Kagura Burst and also Estival Versus. I'm pretty sure Bomb Chop likes these games a lot. I think they're meant to be quite good. I could be wrong though, but good stuff there. We've got Serial Cleaner here. I think I know what this game is. This is you're a serial killer or a killer, and it's like top down, kind of like Hotline Miami, but it's like a puzzle game in the sense of like you're actually cleaning up the murder scene without getting caught. I think there's a second one as well. I think that's the right game. Very cool idea. I've not actually played it, but good stuff on getting the platinum there. You've got Shadow of the Tomb Raider here. Is this the first one? I can't remember. We had this conversation earlier, but you did the DLC as well. Nice. Ain't that anime Rooster Teeth? What was a Rooster Teeth? I've probably gone past it now. Oh well. Yeah, 100 trophies, and I'm sure that a lot of these Tomb Raider ones are multiplayer based as well, which is even more impressive. Ruby, Weiss, Blake, and Yang. Oh, you don't think you're the killer for the serial cleaner? You just get paid to clean the scenes. Oh, right, okay. It looks fun regardless, though. Good job on Tomb Raider, though. We've got Shadwen up next. Awesome. The Shady Part of Me. That seems pretty interesting there. Shanty 1, 2, and also 3. I'm not quite sure what that series is. That character looks familiar, though. And one of the games is an 8%er as well, which is pretty sick. We've got Sherlock Holmes, The Devil's Daughter. I actually watched the Enola Holmes 1 and 2 films over the weekend with like Henry Cavill and is it Millie Bobby Brown, the Stranger Things girl? Really good films, and it's kind of put me on like a Sherlock Holmes kick because I just want to go back and like rewatch the like Robert Downey Jr. films and also like the BBC show as well with Mr. Cumberbatch. But yeah, Sherlock Holmes is such a sick character. I said to my girlfriend, I was like, was Sherlock Holmes real? I feel like he seems like he's real, but I'm pretty sure he's made up. Pretty sure he's made up because some of the stories are quite like out there, so I don't think they could be real, but I could be wrong. No, he's not real. Okay, yeah, thought so. It's just that he's got the house in Baker Street that seems very real, makes it believable. That's what I mean. You can visit his house, but he's fake. It's like visiting the TARDIS. You know, make it seem like Doctor Who's real. Or maybe he is. Next up, we've got Shiny there. That looks kind of scary. 16% awesome. We've got Sigi a fart for Maluzina. It kind of looks like Mario and also Luigi in a little costume there. I maybe the localization and translation there is a bit wrong, but a fart is quite funny. My favorite platinum of the list so far. We've got Signalis up next as well. Awesome platinum to have. Silence as well. Lovely. We've got Sakamba Snowfall as well. Lovely stuff. Skatebird. Pretty interesting game, that one. And it's got DLC. We've got Skateboard Drifting with Maxwell Cat. Didn't know that existed, but if that's a cat game and skateboard, props to you. And it's a 7%er, which is awesome. We've got Skater XL as well, which is a 9%. Sick. Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition as well. I played it for the first time as a Definitive Edition and really enjoyed it. And it's such a shame that they've not made any more games to do with the series, but really, really awesome game there. And I'm glad to own the platinum on that one. Did feel like it went on, like the platinum went on slightly a bit too long with like the collectibles and things you needed to do, but overall it's still a good game. Next up, we've got Slide Stars as well. Awesome. We've got Slipstream as well. Sweet. Didn't realize Snoopy had a Grand Adventure, but that's a game. It looks maybe like a puzzle game where you're like destroying balloons and stuff, like Tetris. Songbird Symphony, nice. That looks like Snorlax, despite it being a bird there from a distance. We've got Soul Axiom as well, awesome at 14%. We've got Speed Free Grand Prix, which is at 43. You do love your racing games, which is pretty sick. We've got Spirits of the North as well. Very cool there. Even got the trophies in the artwork. We've got SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom. I do need to play this. I will do it eventually. And still a fairly low percentage as well for what you could argue is an easy-ish game. We've got Spyro 1, 2, and 3. All platinums within the same month. Oh wait, no. You've done them like a year apart, which is pretty sick actually. So you've done the first one 22, second one 23, and then third one in 24, and you did them all in January, which is pretty cool. It's a shame that the first one was popped on the 22nd. Could have had a bit more consistency there, but awesome to have the Spyro games on your trophy list. Maybe they're milestone ones like in your actual review. We've got Star Trek Prodigy. I had no idea that was a game, but awesome stuff there. It took you 1 day to do, which is insane. The way you're getting through platinums is awesome. The Spirit of the North image looks like someone's video image from YouTube. Yeah, it does actually, of all of the platinum trophies. Star Wars Episode 1 Racer, awesome, pretty easy game, that one. Star Wars Jedi Knight 2. I'm pretty sure this game is quite janky, I think. 11% though, so it's going to be difficult regardless. You've got Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, awesome. I always say it, fantastic game, but I just can't be bothered to backtrack in order to get collectibles because you unlock things. I hate it when games do that. I think it sucks so much, but good stuff for sticking out the platinum there. State of Mind as well, good stuff. Steins Gate Zero, fantastic. Stories The Path of Destinies, pretty cool that one, and it's also 13%. You've got Submersed as well. I don't know what that is, but I'm assuming that's something to do with the sea. You've got Succubus as well, sitting at 5%. I'm assuming that's quite a demonic game. I mean, fair play to it. 4 days to do as well. You do get through games very quickly. You've got Summer in Mara. I don't know what that is. Super Neptunia RPG. Must be an RPG. Sword and Fairy 6 and also 7. Good stuff there. I'm assuming they're just JRPGs. You've got Sword Art Online, The Lost Song. Awesome. Sword Art Online, like, definitely seems like it'd make a sick game. The first like 20 episodes of the anime of the first season were good, and then it just got really shit and fell off. I think it's a common thing about SAO, like it was really good, but then it just got really bad. And yeah, such a cool idea, but I'd definitely say a missed opportunity. But I think the games are quite good actually. Next up, we've got Tales from the Borderlands as well, which is an awesome Telltale game. Tales from Toyotoki. Assuming that's probably just another story-based game there. Tasomachi Behind the Twilight, I think that one is nice. Taxi Chaos as well, awesome there, 15%. You got Teenage Ninja Mutant Turtles, the Cowabunga, I think it's collection. Awesome there. I think there's some tough trophies in that one. Terminator Resistance. I really want to play this game. I'm just waiting for it to go on sale. I did the one on PS3 like some months ago now, but good stuff's there. It was that second part of the first season of SOA that made it horrible. Yeah, I didn't even get into the. I got to the second part of the first season. I was like, yeah, this sucks. Like, it started off really well. I mean, it could have got better with subsequent seasons or not, but it just put me off enough to stop watching. Next up, we've got The Ascent. Awesome platinum to have. Well done there. You've got The Bard's Tale. That's definitely an interesting one there. Nice stuff, and it's a low percentage. You've got The Book of Unwritten Tales 2. Probably just a quite chill story-based game, that one. The Coma 2, Vicious Sisters. That looks scary as shit. Nice. You've got the Dark Eye Chains of Setnav, is that? Satanav, and also Memoria. I'm not too sure what they are, but I'm guessing they're part of a franchise. You've got the Deadly Tower of Monsters. I've seen a bit on that one. Cool stuff. The Dio Field Chronicle. Nice. We've got the Dwarfs as well. Got some DLC there. I think this game is like super grindy, is it not? Is this the game I'm thinking of where you need to like get to like level 100 on every character or something? Could be wrong on that one though. What's up, Niels? Welcome to the stream. How you doing? Good evening to you too. We've got The Last Campfire. Again, very cool game, that one. The Legend of Heroes. Nice. The Legend of Naitu. Awesome. We've got The Liar, Princess, and The Blind Prince. Good stuff there. We've got The Long Reach and The Messenger. Nice. The Order 1886. I'm actually waiting to pick up a cheap copy of this because I actually really want to play it. Never got round to playing it at launch, but it seems like a fairly straightforward platinum and could be slept on a little bit. But I'll have to make my own judgment there. We've got The Pathless up next, and then The Pillars of Earth. We've got The Saviour's Gang. Is that something to do with Jesus, maybe? That looks very interesting, and it's a 10%, so nice. You've got The Sexy Brutale. Took you 1 day to do, so I have no idea what that entails. You've got The Sojourn as well, which is a 39%. The Talos Principle, awesome. And The Town of Light. You've done the Walking Dead Definitive series, and big respect for this one because there's about 6 or 7 games, I think, in this collection. And you only get 1 platinum trophy, which is kind of frustrating playing that many games, but it's also a great way to play the entire series because, wow, they were really good back in the day. I love waiting for them episodically, even though it was frustrating having to wait a month for the cliffhanger. But great franchise there. Those Who Remain, nice, and Through the Woods, awesome. We've got Tiny Hands Adventure, assuming that one's a kid's game. We've got Tokyo Dark Remembrance. Unfortunately, I don't know what that one is. We've got Tokyo Warfare Turbo. Again, unsure what that one is. This entire page here, actually, Trials of Mania, Trine 3, Trine 4, Trine Enhanced, Troll and I, Troll Hunters, Truck Driver, Turok 2, TY the Tasmanian Tiger 1 and also 2. Unfortunately, I don't know what any of these games are. I'm just assuming that they're probably... A lot of the games seem to be quite similar, where they're like either like motocross games, racing games, JRPGs, or sort of like point and click adventures with text bases. I'm just assuming that a lot of these games probably fall into those categories. I've never played Turok. What is that? Like is that a... It's an old Dino Hunter game. Okay, that sounds pretty cool, but never played it. The Tasmanian Tiger game looks super interesting as well. Ultra Rage as well. Nice little bit of DLC missing there. We've got Umahara Kawaii Bazooka. Awesome. Umrangi Generation. Chat. This is the first time that I've ever seen a game with 100% completion, and I've said it a few times. I've always wanted to see a shovelware. I'm assuming that's a shovelware game, maybe, I don't know, but I've always wanted to see a game where it's got 100% completion rate, where every single person that's got it has the platinum. I can't believe it. We've finally found it. We've finally found the game. Yeah, awesome stuff there. Never seen that before. FPS You Kill Dinos was on the PS2. Great games. Okay, nice. Sounds pretty cool, to be fair. Sounds like it would be a really good arcade game. Next up, we've got Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. Interesting Uncharted game to have the platinum in. Quite a good game, to be fair, though, in fairness. You've got Under Night in Birth. I'm assuming that's just a double stack there of the same game. It could be different, actually. Good stuff. We've got Unravel. It just looks so disturbing. That little character model, that little fella just looks so confusing, but it's a super low percentage, so good stuff there. I've got Utawara Rumano Zan. You're going to laugh at my attempts to say that, I'm assuming. I think I said that right, chat. Did I say that? Did I say that good? Unfortunately, I don't know what the game is. It could be a good game, but unfortunately, I don't know what it is. We've got Valkyrie Revolution, 9% awesome, and also Elysium, which is sick. I got it on one. Fucking clip that, chat. Clip that. Let's go. I said a word right. Woo! Next up, we've got Valley, awesome. Vernal Edge, which is 7%, awesome. Vikings, Wolves of Midgard, that sounds pretty sick, and it's only 2%, awesome. We've got 2 Voice of Cards games, which I'm assuming is just a card-based game. Nice. We've got Wailing Heights as well, cool. We've got War Dogs Red's Return, assuming that's a fairly easy one there as well. We've got Warhammer Chaos Bane. I know that some of the Warhammer, or not some of them, but a lot of the Warhammer games are quite difficult to get platinums in as well. Can be kind of buggy and difficult and things like that. So awesome to see there. I really want to play the new Space Marines game, but I'm gonna wait till it gets cheaper, I think. And yeah, but it looks super fun. We've got Werewolf the Apocalypse, awesome. I always say this as well. Werewolf games and vampire games could be so fun, but it seems that they always fumble the bag on them for some weird reason, but it'd be really cool to actually have a good one. I don't know if this one is good or not, but it's at 12%, so that's cool. And we've got West of the Dead. I think I've seen this one and been intrigued in it before, and it's only a 7%, which is awesome. I think maybe you play as different characters in that, but you're all on the same timeline and you see the different characters in the other playthroughs. It could be a different game, but I think that might be what that one is. Where the Water Tastes Like Wine. Not quite sure what that one is, but Where the Water Tastes Like Wine is definitely an interesting place, at least. We've got White Knight as well, nice. We've got Wife Quest. I guess for any of those seeking a wife, that would be the optimal way to get it. You think that's Weird West? Okay, right, I've definitely got that wrong then. We've got Wild Arms 1 and also 2. Good stuff there. The artwork there looks pretty cool with the character designs there. We've got Wonder Boy up next. Cool. We've got World End Syndrome. Maybe that's a bit like Plague Inc., where you're trying to destroy the world. We've got Wukong as well, which is a 60% and nice. Is that related to the new game that came out? Was it Black Myth Wukong? Is that the same game? Is that the same name, should I say? I don't know. It looks like it could be, actually. So maybe that's like the first game or original or something. I could be wrong though. Please do educate me. We've got Yuan Sword 7. Awesome. We've got Yoku's Island Express. Not quite sure what that one is. Looks kind of fun though. We've got Yomawari Lost in the Dark and also Midnight Shadows. Cool stuff there. We've got Yooka-Laylee and also Yooka-Laylee The Impossible Liar. Assuming that's probably a kid's game maybe, but pretty low percentages as well. All about the same individual, but the games are not connected. Right. Okay, I see. YSIX, or what's that, 9 or 11, Monstrum Nox. We got 1, 2, 3 YS games there. Not quite sure what that franchise is, but good to see the platinums in it and a 9%. And then we've also got Zombieland Double Tap Road Trip. I think I saw this on Shaz's trophy list, another YouTuber. And yeah, it looks like quite an interesting game. I never knew that it existed as well. Then we've got Zorro the Chronicles, and then we've got Burning Edge to finish off. Wow, that was a lot of platinum trophies. And for the most part, like, every single trophy was like a good, like, they weren't quick trophies in a way, like they weren't shovelware, like they were actually like proper platinum trophies. Unfortunately, I didn't know what a lot of them were. I've opened a couple of tabs of games that have interested me and that I'm going to do some research on. But yeah, that was a really good trophy list of some difficult games in there. I'm sure of like a lot of the JRPGs as well, like, you know, where it says like NA, for instance, and like further down the list where we lost our like tracker. I'm sure that some of the games probably are a lot harder than I've made out or take a long time. But the first platinum you got was Sleeping Dogs 8 years ago. So you've been on quite the journey, over 12 years, because that was when your first trophy was. And then your first platinum was 8 years ago. So a 4 year different, but nice. Your 10th platinum was Grim Fandango. Your 20th was Sherlock Holmes. Your 30th was Mad Max. Your 40th was Unravel. Your 50th was Lego City Undercover. Your 75th was Nip On Marathon, not Nipple Marathon, as the chat thought I said earlier. Your 100th platinum was Girls and Panzer. Your 125th was 8 to Glory. Your 150th was Bullet Girls. Your 175th was 13 Sentinels. Your fastest platinum was Legends of Talia. 200th platinum was Schoolgirl Zombie Hunter. 225th platinum was Cotton Reboot. The 250 platinum was YS. Again, I don't know what that one is, unfortunately. Your 300th platinum was Wild Arms. Your 350th platinum was Maglam Lord. Your 400th platinum was Shanty. And then your latest platinum was the new Castlevania game, I believe. And then in the trophy cabinet, you've got Burning Edge, Lonely Mountains, and then also Umarangi Generation, which is 100% completion rate, which is the one that I'm besotted by. Your rarest trophies seem to be gold and silver, no platinum, strangely enough. But yeah, that is I agree with Josh on that one. That's a really like good list of games that have taken time, obviously like within the same genre that I'm not too familiar with, but overall you've played over 1,000 games, you've completed 505, so you've got a 51 completion rate, 420 platinum trophies in total with a level of 706. Chat, let's get some W's in the chat for Reaper Veteran 86. And yeah, also 420, so we can laugh about that. Smoke weed every day. But yeah, that was like, as I said, I didn't know much on it, but it is really refreshing to see a lot of different games and sort of, increase my knowledge with things. And hopefully, chat, your knowledge has been, you've gained a little bit of knowledge and seen some games that maybe you've not seen before and are interested in as well. But that was a fantastic list. Thank you, Male24, and also Reaper Veteran 86 for letting me review your platinum trophy list today. Super, super awesome. Right, chat. So I'll be here to hang out for the next couple of minutes just while we wrap up on the stream. Tomorrow night we are going to be back playing Lollipop Chainsaw Repop. I think I've scheduled it for around 10 p.m. UK time or 10:15. It just depends on when the Arsenal game finishes. As soon as that finishes, I'll come onto the stream. So either be 10 or 10:15. I do have a little thing for chat to do. However, though, what I would recommend doing if you've got to the end of the VODs or if you're still watching live, do not forget to like the stream. It really helps out. Subscribe as well if you are new around here, and also join the Discord if you'd like your platinum trophy list reviewed in subsequent weeks as well. You need to post it in there for a chance, or not a chance, but to be reviewed. So just do that for me, please. And yes, an Arsenal fan too. Hey, Josh, the W goes straight back to you, buddy. Supporting Arsenal was a humongous W there. So yeah, I'll be on with that one. But I've got a little task for everybody in chat to do. A little surprise. Mate, it makes me feel sick that Arsenal are playing on Thursday night in the Champions League. I thought we escaped those horrible cold Thursday nights. Alrighty, so just a little announcement before I go. I'm gonna try a Dreaded Sunday. Do you know what? If we set up very solid, we've got Rice back. I reckon we get a draw or we win that 1-0. I'm not too scared of City anymore. We can contain them quite well, so I think we'll get something from that. But yeah, it'll be a good game for sure. So trying to get a new video out this week, and then probably next week, end of the month, we'll get the Walking Dead video out, Survival Instinct, the Daryl Dixon game. The it's going to be a platinum trophy list video. So if you've seen the newest one on my channel, it's going to be a very similar format. And before I go, starting from next week as well, I'm pleased to announce that myself and Nostromo, who we can see in the chat, are actually going to be starting up a podcast as well. So I've just put in the chat our podcast channel. So click the links, go over to subscribe to that. And next week, we're going to have our first video of our brand new podcast, which is going to be everything to do with platinums, trophy hunting, gaming news, you know, about us, things like that, you know, not personal stories, but like gaming stories that we can sort of share more of an insight where we don't get to go in depth in videos. Just pretty much everything really, because as we know, at the end of streams, I do love to yap a lot, and I feel that me and Nostromo bounce off of each other quite well as well. So go over, subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on. We're targeting a Friday release every 2 weeks, so turn the notifications on and you'll see the podcast. I'm really excited for it. Saliba to body Haaland, we will be there. Of course we'll be there. He doesn't even need to body him. He literally just like pockets him the entire game, you know. Hey, we got a second sub. Love to see that. Thank you so much, everybody, for showing some love to that channel. It's got Twitter as well. I've got Twitter as well. So I think the Twitter's all in like the bios for that. Of course, as well, go and subscribe to Nostromo, my co-host, as well. Because it makes sense. You follow us both, you get all of the updates, and then you get the main update on the podcast channel. But chat, that is going to be me. That's been 2 hours of goodness on the stream. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you to all of the new people that have come in today. Shout out to Josh as well. I can see that you've been quite active in the chat, and you think it's probably your first time maybe chatting here. I think. So congratulations to being a new chatter, and hopefully I will see you in tomorrow's stream, or maybe streams later this week. I think I probably will stream on Friday night as well. I just need to confirm what I want to play. I'm getting a tattoo during the day, and it's on my back, so I don't know how I'm going to do well sitting. I could be fine, but I just need to decide if I want to play Lollipop Chainsaw, play Infinite Warfare, or FIFA 25 comes out Thursday night stroke Friday. So I probably want to be grinding that a little bit, so maybe I'll play a bit of FIFA as well. Who knows? But I will post it on the channel, and then the stream schedule for next week as well will also go out. But that has been me, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging around today. Join the Discord, and I'll see you next week for some more trophy list reviews, or see you tomorrow for other live streams. Bye bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.